Hi guys, welcome back to an episode of DB Cars itself, and in today's episode I'll be reviewing the Renault Grand Scenic from TribeCar itself. Let's dive straight to this video right now. Alright then, so yeah, this is the Renault Grand Scenic from TribeCar itself, and basically if you guys didn't know previously, I think GetGo also has it, but so far I haven't been able to find any, because I think mostly were the Toyota Sienna, which there's one right over there itself. But the Grand Scenic, I think also, to be honest, I think it's also not a bad car, but I'll be showing you guys the overall damages wise for this car if there's any, before I show you guys the interior and also the trunk space for this car as well. But let me just dive straight to showing you guys the damages. So far as bit first inspection wise of this car itself, as you guys can see, there's some curved rims on this car as well. So yeah, definitely suffer some curved rims over its mileage. For the front, not too bad, but it also have some curve damages as well. So yeah, front not too bad, no scratches at all. Let me just check the windscreen. Windscreen seems alright, no damages as well. Passenger side, same thing, suffers quite a lot curve rash on the car as well. So yeah, I think mainly this car is a victim of curve rash on the rims. And yeah, overall I think there isn't any cosmetic damage to the car body wise other than the rims. But let me just check the back. Seems fairly decent, I would say. So yeah, I think back there isn't any obvious damage other than the rims, which were curved itself. Other than that, let me just show you guys the trunk space for the Renault right now. So let's dive straight. Alright then, so yeah, to access the trunk space of the Renault Scenic is very simple. Just need to locate the trunk, the button for the trunk space is just right below the Renault emblem and right below these two E and N. So basically just right here, and you hear a latch release, then you just need to how do I say it? Just need to lift it up to access the trunk. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, basically this is the current configuration that I collected car in. So basically, as you guys can see, it is currently in the 7-seater position, but there are ways to lower it. So basically, if you want to lower let's say I want to lower this, I can just press this button right here, and this will just drop down. Same for the other button. Let me see if I could lower the seat armrest. It's just one hand. Alright, managed to do that. So the other one is just pressing this button, and it will just drop. So yeah, just like that, very simple. And with the trunk space, that two rear seat down, you can see there's tons of more space right here. And I think if I'm not wrong, it's much better than the BMW 216i from GetGo, which I rented previously itself. And if you want even more space, you can technically press these two button right here, which will also automatically drop the rear seat down to have even more space for the rear passenger itself. But I'm not going to do that because I already showed you guys the procedure for the two rear seats itself. But if you want to have it back up again, it is a manual process, unfortunately, which you got to lift it up, and the seat will be back up just like that. So later on I'll be showing you guys the rear seating for the Renault Grand Scenic itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys the rear seat seating for the car itself. So let's go. So close it down. It's very simple. Just close just like that and enter into the space right here itself. So yeah, entering the rear of the Renault itself is quite simple, as the opening is quite wide, which is a good thing. And right now this is my seating position. So basically this is my driving position for the Renault itself. And despite having this tray table-ish thing right here, I do have a bit of space. It's almost touching, but it's still not too bad. But yeah, it's overall still not, yeah, basically what I just said, it's not too bad as well. But basically legroom still is fairly decent. Got a small amount of legroom itself. Headroom wise not too bad, even though it's almost being compromised by the massive panoramic sunroof which you got right here itself. So yeah, headroom wise the headroom wise not too bad, legroom wise not too bad. I think if it's slightly taller person, your headroom wise will be compromised, and same for the legroom wise itself. So yeah, but in the back you get a very nice tray table right here to put your stuff. Probably you could put an iPad right here, which I'll show you guys maybe later on with a phone. You could put something there, and maybe something in the rear right here itself, which is also quite useful. You also got some storage pocket right below here to put your stuff. You want to put something here. And you also got this very nice storage space right here as well. 12-volt socket outlet. You got 2 USB type A port right here, and that's probably it. And the same for the passengers, the other side as well itself. So yeah. And one thing I think I haven't seen all the MPVs that I've driven so far, like the Sienna and the BMW, is for the Renault itself, you get some visor, which is quite something special that I have never seen in other cars itself so far itself. To put it up, it's very simple. Just need to pull this right here and latch it right on top on either side as well. So yeah, once you don't want the visor, you can just take down on one side and take down the other side and just put it back down, and it will just go back down and be very flush with the door car itself. So yeah, other than that, you also some window switches right here to lower the windows. At the moment the car is off, so you can't access the window itself. You got your door release handle to get out the car, and that's probably it. Oh yeah, you also moving on, you got your grab handle right here to grab hold your stuff. You also got a hook right here to hook maybe hook something right here. I don't know what you want to hook. You also got a very nice spotlight, which normally some cars will be in the center, but with this panoramic sunroof itself, it is right here itself. So yeah. Other than that, let me just show you guys the third row seating for the passenger itself. I would say third row seating isn't a problem because I would say the car is definitely quite big and wide itself. So fitting 3 full size adult won't be an issue. And for the trunk space, right, I almost forgot to mention, I think probably you could put you could put 2 big suitcases inside and it won't be an issue at all. So yeah. And that, let me just show you guys the rear seating for the third row itself before I show you guys the front of the car itself. So let's do that right now. So yeah, let me just open this side the doors. And let me just get out and show you guys how to get to the rear seat. Alright then, so yeah, basically right now I'm in the third row of the Renault itself, and basically I would say there's not really that much, there isn't really much space for the space, yeah, basically there isn't really much space for the third row passenger as well, because I think in order to have more space for the third row passenger, if anyone were to be sitting here, you got to move the second row seating, because if you were not to move the second row seating, I can't imagine the third row people sitting will be how it will be, because I already have an issue sitting here, because if you guys can see the space right here, it is non-existent. I don't think an adult can even sit here at all, man. If you want at most, I think a child would be perfect here, as you know, even though there's still cup holders right here and some hook to hold your stuff, an adult sitting here is not really the best solution itself. So yeah, I think with this down it'll be even more worse, because I definitely am not comfortable at all. As you guys can see, my sitting position now is really not the best as well, because yes, it's how do I describe it? I think it's somewhat very claustrophobic in the third row seating itself, because you can't really see much of the panoramic sunroof as well compared to the second row or the first row people. And yeah, basically I think third row is mainly reserved for like your suitcases or other stuff itself, not really for adults. Adults not really best here. If you want to put a child here, maybe the child will be better here itself. So yeah, I think that's what I want to sum up for this review itself. So yeah, let's move to the driver's seat right now. Alright, before I show you guys the front seat, let me just show you guys how do you get to the third row seating of the Renault Grand Scenic, if anyone is wondering itself. So to access it is very simple. You just need to put on this lever on either side of the car itself. You just need to pull this, and the whole thing will just collapse forward, if you can say so. You just need to move this seat forward all the way to the maximum, where it will lock in position, and you can just climb right in itself. So yeah, to put it back down is just the reverse way itself. So release this and do the other way around. Oh my god, so heavy. Yeah, and once it in this position itself, just need to find the seat adjuster, which is right here, and just pull it back to the original position if you don't have any people sitting at the back itself. So yeah, that's the audio for the Renault Scenic itself. Now let me just show you guys the driver's zone. Okay, detect the key, which I'll show you guys in a moment as well. Oh yeah, this car also has keyless entry itself. So yeah, once the car detects the key is not within range, you just lock the car automatically. And same for getting in itself. So yeah, so basically this is how the interior of the Renault Grand Scenic look like. From the driving point of view, you can definitely see it's a very long hood, so maneuvering, driving this car around, like basically when you drive this car, you just need to look out for how, just need to take note that this car has a very long hood itself, even though it doesn't, from the point of view it looks like it's very long, but it's not really that long itself. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys the interior for this car itself. Storage space wise, not too bad, cause okay, let me just reiterate this. This storage space is really not the best. I don't think you can put much other than some documents inside here itself if you want to hide. But other than that, not bad, not the best, but put maybe a book or something here. I don't know. You can just imagine what. I'll just leave it to you guys, imagination of what you want to put inside here itself. So yeah. Moving on to the next one, we got a center console right here, which is quite deep itself. Put quite a lot of stuff. I think I could nearly put my entire bag inside here. So yeah. Next up, we got third center console. Oh, sorry, a second center console. This is the first one. This is the second one itself. So for this, it's quite shallow itself. So you can't put much. But there's two USB Type A port right here and an auxiliary port. And maybe here, if you want, probably could put your wallet or your handphone itself. So yeah. Next up, let me just show you guys the party trick for this Renault itself, which is if you were to hold this right here. So basically this part right here, you have to hold this and pull back. You have your cup holders right here itself, and also some more storage space right down below the driver zone itself. So yeah, other than that, probably I think you could put a drink here if you want. Yeah, put a drink here and you could probably adjust to how you want. Yeah, and that's probably it itself. So yeah. Alright, then let's move on next to the center console, which is the infotainment here, right here itself. So basically for this screen right here, I have to turn on the car to show you guys most of the function. But for the function below that, you got mainly this is the the AC control buttons right here. So basically you got, I think it's for the max defrost, the recirculate air, this is the auto climate control thing. This I think should be either the front or the rear defrost itself. So yeah, you got a headlight switch right here and your lock and unlock button right here. This is the auto stop start button right here itself, and this is for the eco button itself. So yeah, other than that, you got your handbrake right down below here, and this I think should be your cruise control right here itself. So yeah, moving on, you got your gear selector right here, which you could engage the relevant gear that you want to engage to, and that's probably it itself. These two knob right here is just to adjust the temperature on the driver's side and the passenger side, either way. So yeah, other than that, let me just show you guys the next part, which is the steering wheel, before I turn on the car and show you guys the infotainment itself. So alright, steering wheel, what do you have? Well, you got your horn right here, you got some buttons. This switch right here is to adjust the screen right here, which I'll show you guys later on. This right here, I haven't figured out what it does, so probably if anyone rented this before, you can share your finding on this feature right here itself. So yeah, appreciate it a lot. This I haven't really figured out much later on, so probably I'll you and me will discover it later on once I turn on the car. And the same for this as well. And what's next? Well, you got your turn signal right here, and also your headlight control, and your yeah, basically your indicators and your headlight controls are here itself. So yeah. Alright then, now let's move on to the other side, which is your wiper stock, which is mainly for the front and rear wipers. So the main one here, the main wiper at the front, this is for the rear itself. And to engage towards the wiper, you just need to pull back. To engage it, you just need to pull down itself. So yeah, and the same for this one. If you want to engage your high beam the other way around, to flash it, just pull back itself. So yeah. Alright then, let's move on to the next button, which I can see right here is this headlight control switch thingy right here, which I haven't figured out what it does, but I think there's some benefit to it, so I'm not going to talk much about it itself. Next up, you got your window control switch here as your mirror control switch right here. This is to adjust the mirrors on either side. This D-pad to adjust the mirror, the glass itself, on how your preference on how you want to look at the body of the car itself. So yeah, you got your folding mirror switches right here, the 4 window switches. This to prevent the people from rolling down the windows itself, and yeah, that's basically it itself. And oh yeah, last but not least, let me just show you guys one more thing which I never seen on any car itself, which is this very chunky button right here itself, which you guys can see. This thing right here is basically your audio control switch. So normally for some other cars you have it right on the wheel, but for the Renault Grand Scenic it's this thing right here itself. So basically to adjust it, just need to press on these buttons right here. To mute is this, unmute or increase the volume itself right here. This I haven't figured out what it is, but maybe I'll figure out later on as well. So yeah. Alright, then let's move on to the next thing, which is to adjust the steering wheel. It's very simple. Just need to pull on this lever itself, and you can just adjust it according to how you like it itself. So yeah. Alright then, last but not least, let me just show you guys how to adjust your seat. So adjusting the seat is manually adjusted, so you can just adjust using this lever right here, or you can adjust your height by pulling up or pulling down. And it's the same for the backrest itself. So you just need to pull on this backrest thing right here, and you'll be able to adjust it itself. And yeah, I think that's basically it. Let me just turn on the car to show you guys some of the features that I promised to you guys earlier on itself. So pull on the brake and press the start button. Car will just turn on itself, and basically this is what it looks like when it turn on. So yeah, so basically this is the infotainment of the Renault itself. It's touchscreen, and all the fan speed and the direction of airflow is on this screen itself. So yeah, you got your radio station control right here. I don't know why you got a compass right here, but if you press on menu, I think there's many other things you can see right here itself. So yeah, I'm not going to do much about it because I really not going to go into the in-depth, but if you guys want to learn more about it, you can definitely rent this vehicle, which I'll say in the location wise itself. So yeah, everything is touchscreen wise, so you can see this infotainment things you want to know about it can be shown right here itself. So yeah, let me just figure out what this button do. So nothing. Okay, this is for the button right here. So basically this button right here is for that. So yeah, that's all. This I think is for your pick up and the call. This is for the voice command. This press OK, I think it's for something over here itself. So yeah. Alright then, now let me just show you some more of the features before I end off this video itself. You got your sun visors right here, which is quite big itself. So driving point of view, you got this very small window right here itself, but it's alright, not too bad. The mirror right here, thing to put your stuff, your card or something right here if you want to hold it in the sun visor. You also got the same for the passenger side as well. So yeah, and you got a light switch for the light if you want to turn on when it's dark. And you got the party feature, which is the huge ass panoramic sunroof. To put on the blind, just need to do the other way around, and you can see the shade closing itself. If you want to stop, you can just do the other way around by twisting the knob itself. So yeah, that's how it is. I will leave it open because I like to be bright and airy itself. So yeah, that's probably it itself. Now let me just share guys my overall thought and summary for this car itself. Also, if is anyone wondering how the key look like, this is how the key look like. It's seriously enormous, and basically got all the features like lock and unlock. Not too sure what this, maybe explore later on. And this is the trunk itself. But other than that, that's all for the key itself. Let me just show you guys the reversing camera for the Renault Scenic, which is how it look like. Not the best because you really can't see much at all, and this is your sensors as well. But other than that, let me just share guys my overall thoughts right now. Alright then, so yeah, let's talk about the TribeCar Renault Grand Scenic. So what do I have to say about this car? Well, one thing I have to say is the cargo space is much better than, if I'm not wrong, I think it's better than Toyota Sienna in terms. And also, if you guys do or are able to compare the Scenic right, like basically a side-by-side comparison, the Scenic is much bigger than the Sienta itself. But overall, if you to ask me what is my still favorite MPV that can seat 7 people out of the Toyota Sienta that I've driven, the BMW 216i, and I think today is this is my third MPV that I've driven. I would say so far my favorite would be the Sienta because it's more and I'm able to gauge my distance of how I'm able to gauge the front of my car itself easily compared to the Renault Grand Scenic. Because for that car itself, even though the car is much bigger than the Sienta itself and visibility is much better, the only downside I have with it is the sitting position that you're sitting at. The problem is basically you're sitting I won't say you're sitting that far back, but you're unable to gauge where is your front. So when making tight turns, you always have to turn early to avoid hitting the front of the car. So that's what my only complaint I think I have to say about this car. Because when going up tight multi-story car park, I have to make a very early left or right turn itself compared to the Sienta where I know where the front is and I'm able to turn much later and also go maybe a multi-story car park going at a straight line. I'm able to accelerate a bit faster compared to the Renault where I'm not able to accelerate that fast because I don't know where the front is. So yeah, but other than that, I think if you just think about the features of the car, right, I think I really like the Renault Grand Scenic because of the big panoramic sunroof that you see from the video in the previous clip just now. So basically I can imagine if that is in the daytime, just the I think I didn't show you guys on camera properly, but if you guys do manage to see the panoramic sunroof on the Renault itself is tinted, so there isn't on sunny days, even though there will be a lot of sunlight coming through, it won't be that harsh because there's a tint on the panoramic roof itself. And if you do not want to see the sky above you, you can actually technically also fold the shade back on itself. But if you ask me would I rent this car again, I would say probably yes, but maybe for airport runs where there are more people and required to carry more luggage, right? I think that car is the best car for airport run where definitely no doubt you'll be carrying big suitcases, and that car putting big suitcases inside or a lot of items inside, like maybe multiple suitcases inside, won't be an issue compared to the Sienta where there might be a slight issue with carrying lots of luggage, right? So probably Sienta would be for like short commute between neighborhood area to town area, and the Renault probably would be a airport run car itself in my opinion. So yeah, basically that's all I have to say for this video itself. If I do miss out anything itself, I will probably you can comment right down in the comment section down below, and I'll maybe take a look at it as well. So yeah, that's all I'll say for this video itself. If you guys enjoyed the video, you can click on the subscribe button down right below to see more videos like this, or click the subscribe and click to see my 2 other videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video.